appreciated within SAS. We're 40 years old, and I launched the Fintech incubator so that it would actually make it possible for people like every single person here to actually take advantage of that technology. So just to give you an idea, we invest 800 million a year in R&D, and I'm actually able to make it possible for a fintech, people like yourselves who've got an idea. I'd like to be able to try to do something with a particular element of technology, something that probably SAS have. And I can actually make it possible for you to come into our Fintech incubator and give you access to that software and people like John and his colleagues to help you refine and move that idea forward, all right? So we're going to have a separate event at some stage in the future. I launched the Fintech about a year ago. My background is capital markets, trading and risk, and I saw a huge change within predominantly the financial services industry. There's an increasing realization that technology is the way of not only reducing cost, but if you actually do it properly, you actually drive revenue, and that delivers cost reductions. But a lot of the innovation is happening in the fintech. By and large, sadly, banks are innovation-free zones. Right? All they're doing is regulation and compliance, and that's where the money is being spent. With us, it's outside the banks. So I started the Fintech incubator. We've brought a number of people in, and we're doing some really interesting stuff. You hear about Robo-Advice. It's to many people, that's snake oil. I'm sorry. It's comprehensive rule processing is what a lot of people are doing. Everybody talks about machine learning, and very few people are talking about machine intelligence. Machine learning, in my opinion, is where somebody tells me what I should do. Machine intelligence is something that tells me why I should do it. And that's actually more important, to be able to interrogate, to understand why I should do something. Being able to dig back through that, understand the actual details. We talk about algorithmic trading, and a lot of people say, as I add more data, my model becomes weaker. I think that's absolute crap, right? Because nobody will accept the fact that things like a price is not a seed variable. A price is an emotional variable. So if you actually dig deeper and you incorporate more and more and more data, you can actually build stronger analytical models. So you can actually push that. Computational capability is there. I'm probably one of the older people here. My background is, I've got a PhD in robotics and AI. So I started doing this crap way back in the 80s. All right? And it's only now that the technology is starting to catch up with stuff that I was trying to do from an academic and research perspective. All right? So I felt somewhat frustrated for 25 years. All right? So now the rubber's starting to hit the road, and I'm starting to see interesting stuff. I'm seeing people who are actually building Robo-Advice and natural language interfaces to be able to have predictive conversations with clients. Right? I'm having people who are launching hedge funds because they're actually able to take normal, fairly static research type information, analyze that, do some sentiment analysis on it, and then be able to augment that by running stuff like digital news feeds and Twitter feeds, but then being able to bang that together with the quantitative data, such as price data, empirical stuff, right? Econometrics type stuff, to be able to build short, long, and medium-term forecasts and predictive models. And then being able to use those to reassure them that their actual strategies are correct. And rolling that out across a variety of different asset classes. So we're hitting those as we speak right now, and those are actually in analysis. And they're only happening because they've got access to hideous quantities of data. Right? So the beauty of it is that I see all of the stuff, some of the stuff that you're doing. Give us the chance to actually come in and play, and it will give you access to our stuff, which is worth millions. I've got one fintech alone that's about to sign their first client, and we gave them access to over $6 million worth of software. And they've been able to use our people to really prove models and do back testing for years in literally a matter of seconds. So back testing neural net models for price prediction, price pattern behavior over years of data in a couple of seconds, right? So this is the kind of stuff that we're seeing. We're seeing some pretty radical stuff, all very much driven out of the fintech. But the strange thing is that as SAS, we become immensely relevant to the fintechs because their end clients now want to know that the stuff is documented, it's robust, and it's got that little bit of gray hair because it's a 40-year-old organization. So funnily enough, as a relevance factor, we're probably more relevant to you guys than ever before. And one of the additional reasons is that the people you're trying to sell to are probably already our clients. We've got 140,000 clients in 120 countries. So that's what is the difference. We actually see what a lot of these people are trying to do. Sadly, we see what they're not doing. And you guys here are all doing the stuff that they're not doing. All right? If you have any questions, please feel free. We're going to be running an event in a few weeks' time to come along and meet us at some location, and I'll have a bunch of people from our event stream processing, our AI, and all that kind of stuff, so you can come along and have a chat. Equally, reach out to me or anybody from within SAS between now and then. We'll have a chat. We're in Bishopsgate, so it's quite easy. I won't drag you all the way to Marlow, even though we've got a lovely 150-acre site out there. So that's quite nice. So that's basically it from me. I really hope you have a good time today and that you learn a lot of stuff, and look forward to seeing you all at some stage in the future.
Well, thanks very much, John and Vincent.